Today we're going to go over how to find your first rental property, the step-by-steps of what I do every single day when I'm analyzing the market. Let's dive into it.
Welcome to the smack that's the beat down. The SWAT team is here on another beautiful day of shutting the week down.
And hey guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is William Dauria. I currently have 25 tenants, and this channel is all about real estate investing for passive income for your financial future, so you can live financially free way before 65, and you can live life on your own terms. Properties can be found all over the place. Today we're just going to go on Zillow. We're literally going to type in a city. We're going to look at Dallas, Texas. We're going to go in and we're going to just pick a random house. We're going to analyze it. I'm going to tell you why it works, why it doesn't work, what to look for, repairs, the ARV, the after repair value, and also how to determine rent prices. Here we go. So we're just going to go on Zillow, just Dallas, Texas, guys. We're just going to pick something, okay? We're going to scroll down. We're going to look for a... how about this? How about we look for something around 200,000, maybe a little bit less, okay? This one right here looks utterly destroyed, so we're going to skip that. And let's just find something that has a decent curb appeal, maybe has a brick home. Let's pick this one. It's a 4-bed, 2-bath, 1,855 square foot. It's $230,000. So the first thing I'm going to notice is a couple things. One, it's going to be a pier and beam home. You see this right here? These right here are the vents, and this means that there's a gap between the actual foundation or the ground and the actual home, okay? So it's actually put on pier and beams. There's crawl space underneath the house, okay? So I know that right off the bat, I know it's an older home. It's built in I pointed to the screen like you can see that. You can't see that. It's built in 1963, okay? So 1963 build tells me that the home is older. The floors, if there's any settling, may not be straight or flat. So let's scroll down. Let's look at the pictures. So got a 2-car garage. Actually, you don't see that a lot on these properties. You can tell this may have been added in addition. Scroll down a little bit. I'm looking for good, solid bones. It's very important when you're looking at properties, look for good, solid bones. What do I mean? I mean, the ceiling isn't caving in. The walls, you can't basically see through them because they don't have massive cracks. The floors don't look, I'm looking for cracks more or less than condition of flooring. Flooring is an easy repair. And you're also looking for ginormous cracks. Like there was one right there, but that was maybe a settling crack. That's to be considered normal here in Texas. I'm scrolling down here. I'm also looking for cleanliness. Is it a clean property? Does it just need to be updated? Basically like a lipstick property. This one is a little dated. I mean, these are probably original cabinets. Countertops probably replaced in, oh gosh, the 80s. These doors I don't like. I definitely replace these. I'm still looking. Looks like it has good bones. If you were to clean this thing out, throw some new carpet down, if you want to go carpet, it would be livable. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. There's something that might just be paint peeling. These are really old anyways. They could probably use a coat of paint. And these floors actually look okay. This stuff can actually be painted. Sometimes they can be actually removed if you want to really update the house. It kind of depends on your area and kind of what you need to do for comps. I love granite in the kitchen. This one doesn't have it. So I'm keeping all that in mind that, yes, I could update it. Yes, I could do stuff. Is it worth it? We're going to find out. So we're looking down. Still has good bones. Has a good backyard. Has no fence. Yes, it does. Kind of. No, it doesn't. Okay, it's hard to tell, but I'm going to go with this thing. I see a chain link here, but that's probably for them. I see a fence, but then I see a car. Okay, so there's probably not a complete fence on this backyard. There's some fencing, but then you can see the car with no fence. Anyways, so I look at the pictures. Pictures actually look like a nice, clean little house. There's no grass here at all. If that's something you want to put down, that's great because when it rains, it's going to be solid mud. So we're going to scroll down here. It's $124 a square foot. Multiple offers, so please submit your best and final by 6:30. Okay, today. So if you're watching this, this is already sold, so please don't bother them. Huge lot, central location, nice 4-bed, 2-bath home, nice size backyard located in heart of Dallas. All right, home will be sold as is. That means they probably won't make any form of repairs to this property at all. So how do we know this is a good deal? Well, we look at the property. We know that it is livable and it's reasonably clean. It needs or could use a lot of updating. So we're going to keep that in mind. But at this price point right here, this is the first thing I do, guys. I go to renometer.com. I actually have a pro subscription for this. Renometer doesn't pay me anything to talk about it, but it's my very first go-to on any property because I want to know. Oh, and I do recommend going to the smart right here. Let's try this again. It kind of figures out where it needs to be, so it wants to actually be at 10 miles, not 5. There's not a lot of comps in this area either, which is kind of surprising considering, maybe because most of the things are 4-bed. Anyway, so the comps right here, your average is 1448. Really, your high and low. I mean, this is a pretty solid comps. Some of these Dallas addresses are showing like 1500 and like 4000, and you're like, what kind of neighborhood is this in though? So moving on, moving forward, I should say, I'm going to click on view pro report, and I pay, it's like I think it's like $100 a year, I think it is, something like that. And what this is it allows me to dig a little deeper into wait, we need to be on house and duplex. Let's try this. This might actually change things up a little bit. Now I'm seeing the comps I was looking for. All right, so let's try that again. And I always double check what I'm doing, and I just kind of missed that. But all right, so we're averaging $1,600 a month. So I already know that right off the bat that $230,000, 1% per month of what you are in it is a minimum to possibly see cash flow. Okay, so if it's not renting for $2,300 a month, that's if it needs nothing, and it'll rent as is. I pass on it immediately because it's probably going to be negative cash flow unless and the only reason I would buy it at that point is that it's a ridiculous amount of equity. Like it's really worth like, $380 or something like that. In that case, I'd trade, a little bit of negative cash flow for a lot of equity because I can pull that out later on down the road. Average, and I always hold on to my properties. I don't flip them, but if you are a flipper, the rental part you don't need to know, but you'll need to know the next step, ARV, so watch this. And if you're a wholesaler, you definitely need to know all this because your investors, like me, are going to be looking at this kind of stuff. So average rent right here is $1,600. Pretty solid comps here. So we're going to scroll down. You kind of see the trend of where we're going. And then let's see here. Okay, so this is the house right here. You want to find, listen, you see this right here? That's a major road. You don't want to use comps on the other side. And ideally, you want to see these roads right here. You want to stay inside. So we have A, and it looks like we have B. A is going to definitely be a better comp, except it doesn't show the size on it. Let's click on this one. So we know that. Okay, so that's a much older house with no garage. Okay, so we know that that's not a good comp. And our house here is 1,855 square feet, and all of these are small. Actually, you know what, guys? Hold on. We might actually have something here, and that's why we do this. Okay, so that's not a good comp. Here's 1,200 square feet for 17. I can't tell if that's a garage or a conversion, but this is not a good comp either. Ours is a 2-car garage, and it's a brick home. Here's 1,500 square feet for $2,000 a month, so we're actually getting closer. And it's is it a brick home? It looks like a half-half. It might be a little bit newer, but it's smaller for sure, and it's only got a 1-car. So this one actually might be, and I'm glad that I picked this one as an example. So I don't see anything this big, and I don't see anything so far with the 2-car garage. So technically, 1-car garage, you might be able to squeeze a 1% on this one. Yeah, I wouldn't call that a good comp either. Here's $1,800 a month, but it's only 1,300 square feet. Yeah. Okay, so these comps are actually not as nice as the one we're looking at here. Interesting. A lot of parking spot too. I really, really like. It's just me as a guy. I really like a lot of parking spots. A lot of concrete places to park your car, boat, trailer, whatever. Guys and all their toys have. All the stuff that we have. So anyways, looking actually okay so far. So I know that this actually could be really close to the 1%. Therefore, if I can bring this number down a little at all, I might actually have something here, which is which is actually kind of cool considering that it was telling me that I probably wouldn't. So I want to know now, what are my actual sale comps in the area? So first, before we move on, we might actually be at our 1% roll. So we need to know two things. One, what's the ARV, the after repair value, because we have a formula I'm going to show you here in a second. We also want to know, does it meet our 1% roll, or really, really close? Because if it's really close, but it comes with a decent amount of equity, at that point, then you can justify it, or at least I can. So, all right, so what I do is this, guys. I go to redfin.com. And if you have a realtor, have them run comps for you, sales comps and rent comps, okay? But this is how I do mine, okay? And you got to remember, the comps that I'm about to show you are not sales comps. They're list sales comps. What that means is this is what it was listed for. Typically, things in the DFW area, the Dallas area here, sell for a little bit over, like 103% of listing. So everything that I'm about to show you is probably on the low side. Okay, so we're going to let it zoom in. Give it a second. It's right here. I want to know first off. Okay, so that's land. I just want to make sure that wasn't an $84,000 house. All right, so this right here is where we're going to be. This is all the stuff that's listed, and you can kind of see there's a lot of cheap houses. Not everything, but there is some cheap stuff. Here's the thing, though. This is what I want to do. Home type, I want to look at houses only. Get rid of all the land. So give it a second. And, oh, yeah. Okay. All right. We got to realize. Oh, look, in our 230, we can't compare it against our own. So we also want to look at this. We want to look at sold properties. If we can, I want to pick the last 3 months. Because we didn't get in the neighborhood, I just want to pick the last 6 months. Only because I want to see, can we get on that street? Can we get in that neighborhood? And this might not want to show me 6 months. Let's see. Okay. So it only wants to show me 3 months for whatever reason. That's okay. So beds, 4 bed, 2 bath. This is going to break our comps down a lot. And we know we're at 1,800 square feet. So this is what we're going to do. This right here, these are all of our comps, okay? This one I don't like because it's on the other side of the highway. Anytime you cross a major intersection, or a major road for that matter, highway, railroad track, something like that, you can get an entire new dynamic of properties. So this right here I wouldn't like, even though it may technically be closer, you know, the way the pigeon flies. But these right here are going to be, possibly these are going to be your better comps. And see that roadway, I'm going to want to stick to this stuff right here if possible. So we got 4 2s. We got, all these are 4 2s, which is good. 1,300, 23, 16, 16. So this right here is the closest and the smallest. It's got no garage. It's got no garage and no interior pics, so you kind of already know what the inside probably looks like. So we jump very quickly up to, oh, it's a new build. Gotcha. That's probably a new build as well. This one's a very nice, yeah, this might even be a new build. Beautiful build, new build. Yeah, this is a new build. All right, so I see what they're doing. They're taking some of these older houses, they're knocking them down. They're building new stuff. So I'm trying to find a comp, and I hate to use this as a comp because it's not really a comp. But my square footage is 175 a square foot on this one. Then you got 157, 191, 141. So even if I went with one, let's pick 150 a square foot, okay? That's kind of like, that's not even cutting in the middle. That's like on like the low side. So 150 a square foot times 1855 will bring my ARV at, let's see, what did Zillow say it was worth? Oh, that's funny. Okay, they're actually pretty close on this one. Don't go by Zillow, by the way. Brings our ARV in at an estimated $278,000. Now, some of these properties, this one's got new carpet. This one's got some updates. Yeah, this one's got some updates. It's not over the top because, I mean, there's not granite countertops. This is like a simple vanity. You can get a Home Depot and a little mirror. But it's super clean. It's not over the top. This one doesn't even have garages. I mean, this one doesn't. there's a lot more to the other one. You know, I mean, you can't even park two cars. One of them always has to stay on the street unless you just want to play, you know, a two-car shuffle every day. So, okay, we know this house is worth $278,000, okay? So this is the formula to know if you're buying in correctly. Okay, so we know the house is worth $278,000. So this is the formula, okay? Real simple. If you got a paper and pencil, write this down, okay? $278,000. We're going to take off 25%. That's going to be our purchase minus the repairs. That's it. So you can do simple math like this. $278,000 on your phone or a calculator times 0.75. We just took off 25%. That is for our equity. Minus repairs. What do you think repairs could be on this house? And that's really up to you. How far do you want to take it? If you wanted to put in $20,000 and get some stuff done, you can do that. So if we do minus $20,000, that means our buy-in on this home would be $188,000 would be our buy-in on this property. So, and that'll put us in at $208,000. That'll put us in $288,000, maybe including closing, maybe not, depending on if you can get that negotiated or not. So $208,000. It rents at that point for the 1% rule. You'll have 25% of equity on that property. And at that point, you can do what's called the BRRRR strategy. That is B and 1, 2, 3, 4 R's. We'll talk about that in another video. I can put a link down below. Look in the comment section for what is the BRRRR strategy. And this is what you would do to get all of your money back on a rental property and to have a property you're leaving behind that the tenant's paying down its mortgage. Hopefully still cash flowing, depending on the interest rates you're currently paying. Definitely with equity, so you can take the same amount of money and you can do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. Also, you don't have to use your own money. You could buy it with hard money. You can fix it up and then refi into a 30-year fixed note. You don't even have to go through banks, guys. There's lots of different ways. They don't teach this kind of stuff in school. I don't even have any courses or anything to sell. I just show you guys how to do this for free. If you guys got any questions, let me know down below. Let me know what you think. Is this a good deal? Is this something you would look at? This was a random one that we picked off of Zillow, and I kind of like this one because it wasn't as what it seems. Hey, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe because I'm always making content like this. Try to make several videos per week. If you guys got any questions, let me know. And until next time, see you on the next one.